Hey everyone, it's Christina from OB Training and Sports Performance. With the holidays in full swing, you might be traveling a lot or sitting in a car or maybe just literally sitting down relaxing all day. So we're gonna go over 5 different stretches that will help you loosen up a little bit and not feel so stiff during this holiday season. So even if you don't have the tools we have here, I'll tell you things that you can use to substitute in. But right now, I'm just gonna use a squishy pad. You can use a pillow. And a foam roller, same thing, you can use a pillow or something that's the same height as the foam roller. So the first stretch we're gonna do is for the front of the hips. So when you're sitting all day, literally in a seated position, this is the position you're in, whether you're driving or just relaxing, right? If you're relaxing, you're probably even worse in the slumped position. But a lot of times the front of the hips get tight. So we're gonna do an exercise again called the hip flexor stretch. So you're just gonna grab, I have a pad, you can grab a pillow, and you're gonna kneel down. You're gonna do one leg at a time. And you're gonna start in a kneeling position with the front leg at 90 degrees and the back leg straight up and down. Okay, don't take it into this wide stance, and you don't want a super narrow stance either. So from here, I want you to tighten your abs and squeeze your butt. And then you're gonna slightly send your entire pelvis forward to lengthen this out, the front of the hip flexor. If you don't squeeze your butt and don't tighten your abs, this starts to happen. You're not gonna feel much of a stretch at all. So keep that butt nice and tight, pull up through the front, and slightly lean forward in that position. You can stay there anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, depending upon how tight or how flexible you are, and make sure you switch legs and do both sides. The next exercise we're gonna do is a simple downward dog. You don't need any equipment for this. I'll also show you a version on the wall. So same thing with that upper back. When you're in a seated position, you're generally rounded over in this posture. You wanna make sure that we're taking care and stretching out the pecs and opening up through the chest and the upper back a little bit. So to get into a downward dog, you're gonna get into a plank position, middle fingers forward, straighten the legs right behind you. Careful that you're not too far out here, not too wide, right under the shoulders. From here, I just want you to pike your hips as high as you can and drive the heels down to the floor. You can pretend that you have a little string attached to your chest, or pretend that someone's pulling it backwards and pulling you through your legs in that position. If the downward dog is a little bit too much for you, we can take it to a wall. So same concept here. You're gonna start with your hands against the wall, middle fingers up, and just start to walk back a little bit and stick out your butt and try to allow the chest to fall through, keeping the abs tight, but again, like someone's pulling you from your sternum, and just allow yourself to relax and feel that stretch. You should feel a good stretch through the lats, through the mid-back, maybe a little stretch through the hamstrings and the calves as well. The third stretch we're gonna do is called the pretzel stretch. It can be a little complicated to get into, but let's walk through it. We're gonna go back down to the floor, and you don't need any equipment for this one. So laying on the floor, you're gonna start all the way down, and you're gonna cross your right leg over like you're crossing your legs, and then you're gonna continue to fall over to that direction. Your top hand is gonna grab underneath your top leg. Your back hand is gonna reach behind and then pull and separate apart. You're gonna try to pull your shoulder blades down to the floor. You're gonna try to open your chest, and I'm really trying to split my legs in half here. And then gently get out of it, and you'll switch to the other side. So sometimes some people can't reach this back leg. So if that's the case, do one or the other. Either grab the front and you can open and stretch, or grab the back and gently pull, and this leg will just kind of dangle there. You can still get a nice upper back stretch as well as a leg stretch as well. Another stretch, the fourth stretch that we're gonna do, is you're gonna need a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you can use something that's kind of equivalent to this, a couple stacks of a pillow or maybe a towel or blanket rolled up. And you're gonna lay it all the way down on your side with your top leg bent and your bottom leg straight. And you're gonna keep that leg attached and reach your hands all the way out in front of you. You're gonna reach your middle finger forward, float it all the way up to the ceiling, follow it with your eyes, and open up. Your goal is to get your back shoulder down to the floor. It might be up here, and that's okay. Take a few breaths, and exhale, and try to lower it down to the floor. And then to get back into that position, you just float your arm back over. You can do about anywhere from 3 to 5 on each side. And then make sure you rotate to do the other side as well. Our last and final stretch is a great stretch for our butt and our hips. Again, if we're sitting all the time, a lot of times our butt gets tight or weak because we're literally sitting on it. So the last stretch is going to be a basic figure 4 stretch, one of my favorite stretches. Your leg all the way down. Start with the feet planted on the floor and just cross one ankle over that knee and take both hands and reach in between the 4. You can see the number 4 right here. Grab and then gently pull in. I'm pulling in at the same time that I'm opening this top leg, so I'm feeling a nice stretch in my butt. You might not be able to get into this position right away, and that's okay. You can put the foot down, and just open the knee to feel that stretch in the butt. All of those stretches, make sure you do on both sides, and do them anywhere again from 30 seconds to 60 seconds, depending on how tight or how flexible or inflexible you are. They're great stretches to add in after a car ride, before a car ride, even before or after you go to bed. So hopefully they help, and hopefully you had a great holiday season.